The video chat here, and the person I want to talk about today is Betsy Ross. Betsy Ross is known for many different things, some of which are substantiated and others which are rumors. Betsy Ross was born in January 1st, 1752 as Elizabeth Griscom, and that's Griscom. She's also known as Elizabeth Ashburn and Elizabeth Claypool. She's known for several different names based on being married several times. She is widely known for making the first American flag based on a visit from General Washington. However, this story may or may not be true, and there's not a whole lot of evidence that it actually happened. But she did have several interesting contributions. If you're a teacher, she's a fun person to talk about, especially as discussing women involved in the Revolution. She grew up in near around Philadelphia, and she went to a Quaker school, and she fell in love with a John Ross when they eloped, actually, marrying at Hugg's Tavern. And the reason for that is because the Griscom family was Anglican, and her family was Quaker. So true love trumped the religion in this particular case. They were avid patriots, and when the Revolutionary War broke out, the two Rosses had only been married a couple of years. As a member of the local militia, John Ross was assigned to guard munitions, and according to various legends, he was killed by munitions explosions. And she began to 24-year-old Elizabeth, or also Betsy, continued to work in the upholstery business that she had started, making uniforms, tents, and blankets, and other things for the Continental soldiers who were suffering, especially right around that time at Valley Forge. One of the most unique stories, and the reason why I chose Betsy Ross for our discussion, was Carl von Donop was distracted in Mount Holly, New Jersey, after the Battle of Ironworks, and did not arrive near Trenton on time. In fact, he chose to spend Christmas Eve not where he was expected to be. And the reason he was distracted was a beautiful young widow. It's said that he decided to spend the evening with a beautiful young widow, and thus kept his forces out of the range of Trenton, New Jersey, which allowed Washington to secure the victory at the Battle of Trenton. So there is a very distinct possibility, they think, that Betsy Ross was this beautiful young widow. Now, this is just pure speculation, but it is very possible. I'm sure that there's great people who've looked into it, but there doesn't seem to be any collaborative proof. However, as a teacher, it is something to pique students' interest by talking about this. She was also married. She married again to a man named John Ashburn, and his ship was captured by the British Royal Navy, and he was charged with treason and was imprisoned in England and died, actually. 3 years later, she married a man named John Claypool in 1783, who had met Joseph Ashburn in the English old prison and came home and informed her of her husband's circumstances and death. She is known for continuing on her business and after that, but her main contributions that people know her for was the flag, which there is no proof that happened, but it is suggested that George Washington came to her as a seamstress and asked her if she could come up with something for the flag, and thus she did. But Betsy Ross was an important figure in American history, if not for actual events, but for the significant symbolic value she was to many Americans. She was a symbol of women in our revolution that did something and used their talents to contribute to our cause. And that was her contributions. And so it's something that, as an educator, you can use to pique your students' interest. And maybe it's not 100% factual. We don't really know. But it's something that it can be used and discussed in class to help your students to enjoy history on a daily basis. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.